Flight attendants, prepare for landing. Kyra Gibson jerked awake, startled by the pilot's staticky voice over the comm system. She hadn't meant to doze off on the short flight from New York's JFK airport to Martha's Vineyard. She peeked out her window, hoping for a glimpse of the tiny New England island that would be her home for the next several months. But she could only see miles and miles of the Atlantic Ocean's white-capped waves. A pathetic mew drew her attention to her travel companion, crammed into the largest cat carrier she could find. His bottle-green eyes stared up at her. Kyra reached down to scratch his snowy ears through the carrier flap and was awarded a toothy yawn. "We'll be there shortly, Cronkers," she crooned, trying to soothe the hellspawn she'd inherited from her father along with his island home. The plane gave a shudder as the landing gear descended. Kyra straightened in her seat. She gathered up the items she'd pulled from her carry-on before stowing it in the overhead bin. A New York newspaper and a thick folder embossed with her law firm's name and logo. Asaph Malouf, a managing partner at her law firm in London and Kyra's boss, had nearly had an aneurysm when she told him she was taking a leave of absence. He'd been rendered speechless for so long, Kyra had pulled out her phone to dial 999. Despite his threats to sack her immediately, Asaph eventually agreed she could use her holiday time to take the rest of the summer off, but only if she made herself available whenever needed. She knew she'd be working full days from the house, but summer on Martha's Vineyard, even working, was better than staying in London. The plane dipped and banked. Kyra sucked in a breath and clutched the armrests. "Bloody hell, I hate flying." In truth, flying didn't bother her much, but she found the taking off and landing parts unpleasant. Her stomach flip-flopped. She unfolded the paper and scanned the headlines in an attempt to distract herself from the turbulent descent. She'd purchased it at a stand in LaGuardia, an old habit. Even now, years after her father's retirement and months after his death, she found herself looking for his byline. No good news. There never is. Political disruption, Russia being Russia, stock market volatility, a violent environmental protest in Florida. A blurb caught her eye, and her lips stretched into a soft smile. It was an article in the climate section about the return of a rare bird to Cape Cod and the islands, and the influx of birdwatchers. Her gaze fell on the article just below, and her smile fell away. Phil Hawthorn, Senate hearing scheduled. She grimaced. Apparently, the newly reopened investigation wasn't going so well for the senator. It felt like a lifetime ago when she'd first come to the island and stumbled upon the mystery of her father's death and deciphered the clues he'd left behind, exposing a corrupt senator and a conspiracy to commit bribery.